Once upon a time, there was a king who began to doubt the loyalty of his trusted minister. Though the minister had served him faithfully for many years, rumors made the king suspicious. He decided to test his minister's loyalty by placing him in challenging situations. The king thought that by observing his minister closely, he would find out if his devotion was genuine or simply a show. The king devised a clever plan. One day, he called the minister and said, "I have an important task for you. I want you to go to the neighboring kingdom and bring back news about their military power. It's a dangerous mission, and you must be careful." The minister, though surprised, accepted the task without hesitation. His loyalty to the king and his duty were stronger than any fear. The minister prepared for his journey, aware of the risk but determined to fulfill the king's request. He traveled alone, facing many dangers along the way. Through thick forests and rocky paths, he pressed on, keeping his mission in mind. He knew the king trusted him with an important task, and he did not want to disappoint. His determination showed his true loyalty to the king. After days of travel, the minister reached the neighboring kingdom. Disguised as a traveler, he quietly gathered information about their military. He observed the soldiers, counted the number of guards, and took note of their weapons. The minister knew that the king needed this information to protect their own kingdom, so he completed his task with dedication and care. When the minister returned, the king was secretly pleased with his work. However, he kept his expression neutral and asked, "Were there any challenges on your journey?" The minister replied honestly, describing the risks he had faced. The king was impressed by his honesty and bravery but decided to test him further. He wanted to be absolutely certain of his minister's loyalty. The next day, the king presented the minister with a golden chest, beautifully decorated. He told the minister, "This chest is a gift, but it must remain unopened until I give you permission." The minister accepted the chest, vowing to follow the king's command. He took it home, curious about its contents but respecting the king's order without question. Days passed, and the minister kept the chest safely at his home, untouched. His family and friends grew curious, asking him about it. They urged him to open it, suggesting it might contain riches. However, the minister refused, saying, "The king trusted me with this. I will not break his command." His loyalty remained unshaken, even when tempted by others. The king learned of the minister's loyalty and honesty in guarding the chest. Impressed but still cautious, he decided to make one last test. He ordered the minister to bring the chest to the royal hall. As the minister arrived, the king said, "Open the chest now," in front of everyone. The minister calmly obeyed, showing no hesitation or fear, ready to fulfill the king's command. When the chest was opened, everyone was surprised to find it empty. The king had placed nothing inside. He looked at the minister and asked, "Were you ever tempted to open it?" The minister replied, "No, my king. I value your trust above all else." The king smiled, finally satisfied. He realized that his minister's loyalty was genuine, beyond any doubt. The king's heart was filled with respect for his minister. He said, "Your loyalty and honesty have proven your worth. I doubted you because of false rumors, but now I know you are trustworthy." The minister bowed humbly, saying, "My duty is to serve you faithfully, my king." The king felt both pride and gratitude, knowing he had such a loyal advisor by his side. From that day forward, the king held his minister in the highest regard. He rewarded him with honors, gifts, and privileges, showing his deep appreciation. The people of the kingdom admired the minister, too, seeing him as a model of loyalty and virtue. Stories of his devotion spread, inspiring others to be truthful and loyal to their duties and to the king. The minister continued to serve the king with unwavering dedication. Whenever challenges arose, he faced them with courage, always putting the king's interests above his own. His actions strengthened the kingdom as his wise counsel guided the king in important decisions. The trust between them grew stronger, creating a bond that could not be broken by any rumor or deceit. One day, a neighboring ruler visited the kingdom, hoping to form an alliance. The king introduced his minister, saying, "This man is my most trusted advisor." The visiting ruler was impressed by the respect the king showed his minister. He realized that this kingdom's strength came not only from its king but also from the loyalty and wisdom of its officials. The visiting ruler shared stories of his own kingdom, where betrayal and dishonesty had weakened their rule. Seeing the harmony between the king and his minister, he felt inspired. He returned to his own kingdom, determined to encourage loyalty and honesty among his officials. The bond between the king and the minister served as a lesson for rulers and leaders across the land. Over the years, the king and the minister continued to strengthen their kingdom together. They worked side by side, each one trusting and respecting the other. The kingdom prospered, and its people felt secure under the rule of a wise king and his loyal minister. The king knew that the bond of trust they shared was rare and precious, worth more than any wealth. When the king grew older, he called the minister to his side. "I will not always be here to guide the kingdom," he said. "But I trust you to continue serving faithfully, even after I am gone." The minister bowed, promising to carry on the king's legacy. He felt honored by the king's faith in him, knowing he would uphold the values they had built together. After the king's passing, the minister took on the responsibility of guiding the new ruler, the king's son. He continued to serve with the same dedication, teaching the young king the values of loyalty, honesty, and fairness. Under his guidance, the kingdom remained strong. The new king, inspired by the minister's loyalty, became a wise ruler who led with integrity. The minister's reputation grew even after his lifetime, remembered as the most loyal advisor the kingdom had ever known. His story was told to generations, reminding everyone of the importance of loyalty and truthfulness. His legacy lived on as a beacon of integrity and trustworthiness. The kingdom prospered under these principles, creating a history built on respect and honor. Thus, the story of the king and his honest minister became a timeless tale, cherished by all. It taught the kingdom that loyalty and honesty were the strongest foundations of a prosperous rule. The king's decision to test his minister had revealed a rare, genuine loyalty that bound them for life. Their story inspired future leaders and citizens alike, encouraging virtues of truth and dedication.